Here's Dave on the man lift and Bert in the red suspenders, the master carpenter. Along with myself, our job was to retrofit the windows in this historic building in downtown Seattle, right on East Lake. It's been, part of the building has been there since 1886. The other part was built in 1908. Sometime after that, they put together both buildings and stuccoed over it to make it look like one building, but you still can find some changes in the two. This area has had kind of a rough rap lately. There were a lot of transients and homeless people hanging around, and it was making a mess with garbage and stuff and scaring away business, even though this place had kind of a bad rap for its grunge bands for years. One reviewer said the dirtiest, worst service, worst bouncers, but always the best music. Anyway, that quick edit's over, and I'm going to slow down and go into a little bit of the history of this place. I already mentioned the dates. It was a grocery store at one time and a pharmacy. It became an Afro-American hangout, and that was probably in the 40s. The Townhouse Tavern in 51. In the 60s, it became a giant discotheque, a giant go-go discotheque. 70s became jazz and R&B soul club called the Gallery Tavern, and later became the Funky Watergate. A disco, early 80s, became the East Lake Tavern, a lesbian-orientated disco, and then in 1986, Lee Ray made it the Off-Ramp Cafe, and it got quite a reputation, and a good reputation, I mean, as a venue for alternate rock bands. In October of 1990, Mookie Glaylock played backup to Alice in Chains. And this was a band that later became Pearl Jam, and this was their very first gig and their very first venue. Also Screamin' Trees, Soundgarden, Nirvana, Mudhoney, they all shared this stage and this venue. And it was a set for a few movies and a rock video just a month ago. Now the latest metamorphosis for El Corazon has been split into again, not physically, but with two different separate venues. The north side is the Funhouse, and the south side is still the El Corazon. They book all kinds of shows, all ages, all kinds of diverse music, and it's cleaned up into be a pretty nice place, and I'm glad they restored this historic building. You have a good day. Thank you.